Hello, I'm calling from beautiful Kerala, India. Currently staying at a martial arts training school on the property of my master's family, and included in my experience here are beautiful home-cooked South Indian meals. So I thought I'd invite you to join me for my lunch today as we have a little chat about mindful eating. Let me open all this up and then we can explore what is included today. I haven't learned all the names of dishes. My older sister would do a much better job at this. But lots of beautiful dishes with ingredients I'm not even aware of. And that's part of mindful eating, is, as I've found, paying attention to what's going in my mouth and into my body. My mom once said to try and eat more than 10 different ingredients in every meal. And I think I can count I'm not even sure what spices all went into these, so there's a lot here. Lots of colors too. I'm not a food expert. I actually eat very simply, and I can be satisfied with many dishes. So this isn't an area I have developed great knowledge in. But something I can offer is the practice of eating slowly, which has been a learning lesson in my own life. And I wanted to mention my eating disorder to the public because I wonder if others are similar to the relationship I used to have with food. So when I was younger, I was the pig in my family, and I got made fun of all of my childhood for snacking a lot, eating a lot, being the chubby one among my siblings. And I remember being ashamed every time someone caught me eating or sneaking into the kitchen, because I would get a lot of comments or just teasing. And it was all probably innocent, but it created in me shame around being caught eating. So I had a tendency to eat really fast. And I actually didn't discover that this was very unhealthy on all levels, psychological, emotional, and physical, until last year. When I was 30, I hitchhiked by sailboat in the Gambia. Amazing month spent on a sailboat. And the captain of that boat and I had to ration our food. So I don't know if anyone has experienced this. People who have lived through a war may know this very well, but when you ration your food, I got anxiety. I was always worried that there wouldn't be enough, or I wouldn't be satisfied, or what would I do? I didn't know how to manage this insecurity. So then I started really looking into that, and I discovered it all came from me wanting to hide that I was eating as a child into my teens and into my young adulthood. So I had the tendency to eat very fast for most of my life. Well, it's easier said than done to change a habit. Something I've begun to do, which might seem unorthodox or unconventional or even boring, is actually count rice. I don't know how many of you eat rice. I'm the daughter of a Japanese woman, so rice has been in my family a lot. And then as I've traveled, rice is commonly eaten across the globe. And if you begin to consider the numbers of grains there are, food actually looks to be abundant, even if you're just eating plain rice. So as you take a bite, maybe even before you take the bite, you can just pick a number. This can be your own activity, but you count. There could be a whole topic shared about numbers. I'm not a numerologist, but in my recent years, I've noticed different numbers appearing and exploring what they could mean as symbols or signs. And it turns out there is a wealth of knowledge behind numbers. So let's say you pick the number 33. Well, in counting rice before each bite or during each bite, you can count 33 grains or chew for 33 seconds before swallowing. This is a little bit of an experimental meditation that I encourage others to try. It's really helped me slow down my eating and also shown me how much food I have when I think of all those 33 grains of rice, 33 more than some people have. So that's one technique to slow, mindful eating. I should have said this before, but another practice is to charge your food with good energy. Many of us eat knowing the food will provide us energy, but we kind of leave it at that, not recognizing the kind of food we're eating or the mindset we have while we consume our food is energy we're putting into our bodies, which affects our minds, which affects our emotions and our attitudes and perceptions, and it's all connected. So maybe you don't have a practice of prayer, but you can still charge your food with good energy. And I've always grown up praying or blessing a meal, in different ways with my hands. But a friend introduced me to facing my palms toward my food. I don't know if you can see this. And just taking a moment to see what is on my plate. Think of the hands that prepared this meal. In my case, her name is Mama. I have an Indian Mama here. And every day there's just love and time put into these different dishes, so I can recognize her hand in this. I can see the earth that has grown so much variety. There's different textures and different shapes, different colors, different sizes that I'm about to enjoy. So I can see that and appreciate the earth that many of these vegetables and fruits grew from, the sun that nourished the plants, the water that allowed it to grow, the farmer's hands that picked the vegetables. A whole lot of gratitude can go into this meal. And how many meals in our lives do we have without recognition of all the work that went into it? So whether you pray or just believe in positive energy, a moment of recognition and gratitude can alter your state of consciousness as you eat. And with that, I'm going to enjoy now. So have yourself wonderful meals today and always.